Today on Top 5 Friday, we're going to look at the top 5 early autumn fragrances. Here we go! Welcome to J-ROYL, everyone. My name is James, and this is Top 5 Friday. If you haven't already noticed, I started growing in my beard because I need extra warmth, I need extra insulation for my face because the weather is getting cooler. Summer is fading away and autumn is approaching us. This is a very interesting time because it's not quite cold enough to bust out the winter frags, but it's not quite warm enough to keep wearing those summer frags. On this top 5 list, I'm looking at those early autumn fall fragrances that help the transition from warm to cold weather. At number 5, we got Herod Parfums de Marly. This is one of the best sweet, spicy tobacco fragrances on the market right now. There's a bit of a caveat as to why this fragrance made the fall list. And that's because I have the reformulation. The vintage Herod, the darker juice, that's a winter fragrance, man. You can't really mess with that in the fall. But this fragrance is a bit lighter, but still has that lovely, lovely scent profile. And I really love this fragrance in the fall. That spiciness is warming. What makes this nice in the fall is it's not overly sweet. The sweet notes in fragrances are what can be pretty cloying in warmer weather. And in the fall, sometimes it's cooler, sometimes it's a little bit more mild. This fragrance performs well in both of those circumstances. So that's why it's on the list. At number 5, Herod. My number 4 early autumn fragrance, Tabaron Millésime by Creed. Bottle is so fall, man. You got the green juice, you got the brown label. That's the transition right there, guys. We all know Creed is one of the kings of fresh niche fragrances. The other one I will mention later on in this list. Tabaron Millésime is a stunner in the fall weather. A lot of people don't talk about this one because it isn't your typical Creed where it's just fresh. It's not Aventus, but that's exactly why I love it. It's different. This is basically a fresh tobacco fragrance. It has the ambergris, it has some citrus as well, and it projects really nicely. The longevity is great. It's something that will help you stand out. And to me, it's so evocative of the fall. Really, really works well when your skin warms up because you may be wearing some warm clothes, which warms you up. That'll release the fragrance for the world to smell. Definitely a fragrance you want to try. And by try, I mean actually wear it. Give it a few wearings because it may impress you. Formulate your own opinions. Don't go by ratings and reviewers. So basically just ignore what I'm saying altogether. At number 4, Tabaron Millésime. My number 3 early autumn fragrance also happens to be my only cheapie on the list, and that is none other than Club de Nuit Intense Man by Armaf. Why is this on the list? I'll tell you why. Aventus is amazing, but for the autumn, you want to reach for a smoky batch of Aventus, am I right? You don't necessarily want those citrus, pineapple, blackcurrant beasts, blackcurrant batches. Excuse me. Unfortunately, if you want a smoky batch of Aventus, you gotta go 2013 or older. And that's real hard to find. Why not go for the smokiest of the Aventus wannabes? And that's this guy. I won't go into too many details on this because I recently just reviewed this, so check the cards if you want to check that out. At number 3, Club de Nuit Intense Man. My number 2 early autumn fragrance. We're getting back to the expensive ones, and that is Acqua di Parma Colonia Intensa Oud. Earlier, I was talking about Creed being one of the kings of fresh niche fragrances. This is the other one, Acqua di Parma. Especially for the price of these fragrances, the line is amazing. Acqua di Parma is known for their incredible fresh fragrances, more so catered to the warmer weather, being an Italian company. But what they did here with this line is fascinating. They took notes like leather and oud and made them fresh. If you notice the label on mine, it says Colonia Intensa Oud, and that's because this is the original formulation of this fragrance. On a recent wearing of this, I still had about a foot of projection 8 hours after applying. That's insane. It's an extremely wearable oud, similar to oud wood, but this performs way better than oud wood. It's one of my best performing fragrances in my collection, even though some would say you can wear this in the summer. Number 2, Colonia Intensa Oud. My number 1 summer to fall transition fragrance is none other than M7 by Yves Saint Laurent. This fragrance is long discontinued, especially the 4-ingredient vintage formulation that I have in my hand right here. What makes M7 so special? It was the first mainstream Western interpretation of oud in a fragrance. And we have Tom Ford himself to thank for this because this fragrance is incredible. It's another one of those wearable ouds that is very, very pleasant, very unique, niche-like quality in this juice. Now, of course, M7 is discontinued and it's very hard to come by, but M7 Oud Absolute is an excellent alternative. It is a little bit harsher, especially at the opening, but it does settle down to a very similar scent profile. So check that one out, and it'll give you a pretty good idea of what this one smells like as well. If you love oud wood, if you're a fan of Chanel Egoist, you're gonna love M7 as well. Wearable, woody fragrance that is perfect for the fall season. At number 1, Vintage M7. Another top 5 in the bag, everyone. Thank you for joining me once again. I love you guys. You guys are really cool. Now, if for some reason you don't think I'm uploading enough content on YouTube right now, check out J-ROYL on Facebook. The J-ROYL Facebook group, which is in the description below, is a great place where a bunch of fragrance enthusiasts hang out and talk with me and with each other. I also like to go live on there quite a bit, so if you want to get to know me a little more personally, it's a great place to do so. So on that note, all of our links to the Facebook group, Instagram, and Snapchat are down below. And if you like what you see, then just go ahead and subscribe, right? Until next time, I bid you adieu. Mr. Smelly, your accent makes me jelly. I wish I was British like watching the telly. Watched your fall top 10 list the other day. All I gotta say, I thought it was excellent, you know? I really enjoy your content. Peace!